Hey guys, welcome back to Brake Scene Garage, where we just pulled a black tag zf6 out of a C4 Corvette to auto swap it. There's the old cylinder, master cylinder. It's still good, but just gonna toss that in the scrap pile. I'm pulling the clutch pedal out right now. This was originally an auto car. There we go, that's my clutch safety switch, but now that's gonna be my new neutral safety switch. So I'm gonna run these wires to the shifter that I got there. Yeah, so I mean, if you don't like I am going from a black tag zf6 to an automatic in my C4 Corvette. Either way, it's gonna be faster, it'll be easier to drive in traffic all the time, and I don't have to worry about wearing down my $1,600 clutch kit. I mean, just the rebuild is like $700, but it's a $1,600 clutch kit, and I don't have to worry about wearing that down when I'm driving that every single day in stop and go traffic. So, but I do have a big trans cooler on this thing now, and with a good set of fans, and this trans will stay nice and cool in daily traffic as well. So, anyways, that was the last thing holding this in. Snipped the wrong wires. That is not the clutch safety switch, which that had to be snipped anyways. This one is actually, let me double check. Goes right up. That was my backup camera. Nah. Alright, anyways, so I'm just gonna snip the next one. This one looks like it could be it. Yep, that one was it. Second one, I'll have to fix that backup camera. But there's my clutch pedal, probably good for somebody else's swap. But going in the garbage. So, what I did, this is actually still the automatic brake that was in here, because I just added the clutch and then I cut this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find some, yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll find some sheet metal or something. This looks like it's probably 14 gauge, and I'll just mock it up, weld, so, you know, weld some supports under here, and then I'll weld an extension onto here, so I have like a normal size brake for an auto, and then, yeah, she's just gonna be faster. I have to pick up a transmission filter and a transmission pan gasket for that 4L80. I have to pick up, I'll probably pick up 15 quarts of ATF, because I don't know how much this whole system's gonna take. It says 13.5 online, but that might just be the trans and torque converter. I don't know. So I'm gonna buy a little extra. I'll get that torque converter and all the other stuff onto the transmission. I'll lift that up, get it bolted in, bolt the C-beam in with the drive shaft and all that good stuff, and we'll keep going. Hey guys, so I've done quite a bit actually since I turned on the camera. The transmission I got back together. I got that mounted. My C-beam actually fit perfect. Not that C-beam, that was the longer one that I had to modify. I believe that came with the Dana 44. The longer one. No, that must have been the old one. I used Dana 36 maybe. One of them was a smaller C-beam than the other. I had the longer one with re-drilled holes. As you can see, I drilled the crap out of that thing, and that actually survived. But I had to go up in my rafters and take out my shorter C-beam that I had, and it fit perfect. The inside holes, center line to center line, had to be 35 inches exactly, and that is with a Dana 44, my ICT motor mount, and 4L80E with the ZR1 Pete tail shaft housing. It had to be, and I forget, I think it was the Dana 44 C-beam that I used. Either way, it's the shortest C-beam, fit perfect. Drive shaft, on the other hand, I had the longer drive shaft in the Corvette before with the black tag zf6, and I tried using that. It was way too long, at least an inch. So I was like, maybe I could get away with using the old drive shaft. I believe it was from my Dana 36. I don't know. Anyways, so I had to use the shorter drive shaft that I had. So I took that, swapped over the yoke, and I had pretty much brand new U-joints in it. So I just swapped everything over to the shorter one, and guess what? It's like a ½ inch too long still. So I'm gonna have to find a drive shaft company that can cut this one down, hopefully, and weld it and balance it. Real quick, I just want to interject and let you know that I actually visited Traction Heavy Equipment, I think is what it's called, Traction Heavy Equipment in Herman, which is right next to Bangor in Maine, and they actually hooked me up with a custom drive shaft to whatever I needed. So I got another 3-inch diameter drive shaft. It ended up needing to be 26¼ inches long, center to center, which is about a ½ inch. Actually, about 5/8 inch shorter than the smallest drive shaft that I had. They wouldn't modify my aluminum one, so I had to get a new one. The dogs are crazy. Give you a little show real quick before we get back to the main video. So, bud. Guess which one has the husky in them. All right, well, the exhaust needs to be done. That's all coming in the mail. I'm gonna put the OEM carpet on this floor, but then I have to put one in the middle because it usually has that big console thing. I gotta find a center console, like a universal fit to bolt there. I gotta fill it with coolant. I have to do all that. As you can see, my dash doesn't work. I don't know why.
But I think you're right.
But either way, it runs. So that's good. All right, guys, well, here it be. Got the auto trans in, and she's ready to rip. I did willy-nilly slap this in here. You can see on my wires in there. I'm gonna put like a little plate in here to cover up most of this, but I'm not gonna put the metal box on here because just, you know, the way I oriented it, it's kind of off to one side, but also it doesn't fit in this hole, and I'd have to hack this up even more than I have before in the past. This was a overdrive lockup solenoid for the original 4+3, which was the first manual I swapped into here. But I'm slowly starting to get stuff cleaned up. I got some more stuff down there to tuck up. I got some stuff up here I got to tuck up, and then I got the bolster here, and then I want to finally get the bolster up on this side. I've had it for a long time, since I first took it apart, and I have to clean all my dust off of this thing. But either way, I'll show you my ground clearance. I just lifted this thing about an inch. I gotta stop doing that. I keep hitting my door on that. But I just raised it up an inch because my catalytic converter was literally 2 inches off the ground. So I spun my coilovers up. As you can see, or maybe not, There's the converter. It's a Circle D 3800 stall converter. I got the 4-inch exhaust up through here. It's all sloppy welded. And, oh, that's my speed sensor. I gotta get hooked up to the trans. And that's after I went up an inch. So, I'm gonna try and replace that cat with something a little smaller, maybe just a straight pipe. And then register this as an antique. But yeah, there it is. There's the 4.8 turbo Corvette with a 480 in it now, and she rips. So I ended up doing this custom exhaust myself. It's not perfect. It's booger welded flux core, but it's all stainless from right here at the diff back. I have a 4-inch to 3-inch adapter or reducer there, and then I have a 3-inch Y that lies off the 2 3-inch. So there's a 3-inch stainless exhaust, and then it's got 2.5-inch dual tips on it. And she sounds pretty good. I'll give you a cold start. Might as well. There I am. Subscribe if you haven't, guys. Hopefully, not hopefully, I will be getting a lot of track stuff this summer. A lot of ripping at the track. Maybe I'll even do some of the local dragon drives down in New England. My startup tune obviously needs a little tuning. Little droney. Alright guys, so I just did a bunch of recording and apparently wasn't actually recording. So here it is. My speedometer works on the Holly. I just gotta route it into this this display. Should be pretty simple. Cruising pretty good. She goes okay. That is my TAC, my RPM, 1900 RPM, 2200, 2300. People keep getting that confused with my mile an hour. She wants a hydroplane. These tires have been beat on autocross. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is the Corvette life. It's going pretty good. I think my torque converter lockup's a lot better shape than it used to be. Yes, I'm driving in the rain, but the wipers work. Actually, my heat works too, which is nice. I wish my AC worked, but it doesn't. But yeah. But yeah, honestly, like people, my buddies and stuff keep asking me like how I like the auto, and honestly, I love it. I miss the manual sometimes, but I have the Porsche for that, and I can rip around, I can freaking wide open shred, and I barely go over the speed limit. Just because that car's not that fast, but it's fun, you know. It's fun to be able to shred through gears and beat on something and not do 140 through town. So I'm grateful for that. But anyways, I'm gonna keep driving this around. I'm gonna do a draggy rip tomorrow if the roads are dry, and I'm gonna do a auto versus manual and it's gonna be side-by-side draggy videos because we actually I had the same tune-up but on the manual transmission. Sorry for the camera jittering around, but I had the same tune-up but for a manual transmission with the zf6 black tag. The only difference is I have this one turned down to 12 pounds of boost because it's cold out, and it barely holds onto that going down the road. So if I have to, I'll change it. But it's the same tires, same everything, except for I lifted this so the alignment's a little off, and yeah, same tune-up for the engine.